And all this stuff is pretty much just my banks and things. I got some shops here and there, but those shops I will probably just move over here and sort out. Right, subsidiary, you just need to die. It would be really nice for me if you could just give me your dividends. I will set the dividend. Special dividend. Give me that remaining money. And then you should hopefully, pretty much immediately, go bankrupt. Declare bankruptcy, and I still get a bit of money out of you. Got like 500 per share as well. It's a nice way to get money from dismantling other things. Right, I'm still horribly in debt. Can't believe how much it cost me to be buying out all of that, but at least I can get rid of a big chunk of it, give it about a year and I'll be completely out of debt, and then the big build comes. Congrats on switching to planned economy lab. It's going to be very planned economy. So I don't actually need to wait until I'm out of debt. What I can do is, oh, it's so clean over here. So beautifully clean. Oh, I love it. Okay. What do I want to do though? There's a lot of government buildings in the way. I'm not happy with that. But what I need to start doing, I dare to say, is I need to create an economy for... Toulouse, Chengdu, and Grimsby need economy, and they need economy badly. I don't really care that much about the transport costs. We just got to get working on that somehow. Pardon the hiccups. I guess what I will do is I'll start in this corner and just build along and fill it full of manufacturing for all the goods that I'm not currently in. And this sounds like a good point to wrap it up and say we'll continue this next episode, but actually it's been so long since I've actually expanded industry, I'm going to do that now regardless. Kind of wishing I hadn't paid off all that sweet interest, low interest stuff, so let's just borrow another fat stack of cash out my bank and get to work on it. So, I absolutely cannot let any time pass where the AI is able to build stuff up. That's important. Let's demolish a bunch of roads first. Nobody needs all these roads right now. And I need to sell this land. Actually, I need to do both. I need to buy and sell this land because these houses aren't allowed to be here. You cannot buy this land plot. Well, as long as I don't unpause at all, it's okay for me to set this land to A-OK. Actually, we're setting a lot of land to A-OK. Can I get rid of that airport? No, the airport is impossible to be rid of. I can get rid of these things though. Bye-bye soccer field. Bye-bye police station. Bye-bye fire station. Nobody needs these services, let's be real. Let's just tell you what. Let's clear it all the way up to the airport, shall we? There we go. Get rid of these roads. Get rid of all these accursed government buildings. Oh, it feels so good to have the enemies destroyed. Well, I'll call them enemies, right? We had a good clean fight. They had a massive advantage at the start of the game, but now they don't. Because they're all dead. Well, actually, what I've done is I've made some incredibly rich people who, if they have any sense, have now left these cities. Probably left the country. Soccer field's gotta go. Can't do anything about these mansions, sadly. Let's make all this land considered agricultural. Then I come along and buy it up. I'm really tempted to pretty much immediately sell it back to... Hang on, we're missing a spot here. Really tempted to just sell it back to the state at profit. I could do with some nice juicy exploitative money at this point. How much is this costing me? It's not that bad, especially since the land is in recession. Buying it up is relatively cheap. I really think, I think if you're just fast enough, you're able to buy this land around raw materials, even though you're not supposed to be able to. Probably a UI bug. It's not checking the conditions fast enough. Again, I can't paint this. I'm just buying it, so I'm absolutely sure none of those other companies can end up... Oh, this is a mistake. This is a huge mistake. What am I doing? What the hell am I doing? It's been so long since I've built anything, I forgot how I meant to do this, clearly. No. I'm doing it all wrong. I need to leave space for roads. So what I need to do is focus on buying the houses. This is making me a slight loss, but that's okay. Need to buy the houses so that I can let the roads get through here without being stopped. Yeah, you go so long without actually playing the game and then you forget how to play it. Here we go. The government cannot build roads through houses, but what I can do is have my company buy the house, destroy the house, and then sell the land back to the government, and then everything's okay. So I need to become a job creator, otherwise these cities are going to be in recession for a very, very long time. So I need a road here. Build along here, and it needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Down you come. Oh, nice, that works out very well. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that gives space for loads of factories. And then we do the same along here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Donk. We bought so much stock, we forgot how to make goods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just double checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Donk. So yeah, I can go that far, but I can't actually go into this land that I own myself, so I need to sell a little bit of a space here for the government to build their road through. There we go. And the government can keep their road coming out here. There we go. And if I ever have land set to be okay for building on, I need to make sure that I own every last drop of it, or else we're going to have another TBW putting his big, fat, banana arse all over that land with his R&D company and costing me billions just to buy out his company. So this seems acceptable. It's all set as agricultural land, which makes it cheaper for me to acquire. So the time for acquisition is now. There are two different ways I can go about this. One is just acquire it immediately. Two is don't acquire it, because you automatically acquire land when you build on it. Both have pros and cons. The con of doing it by buying all the land like this is that whenever I got to do this up front, and I got to do all this clicking here. If I were to not buy the land, I'd have to make sure that I keep remembering to set the land as you may not build on land to stop the AI from putting down companies. So one is expensive up front, and the other is very expensive if I forget to do it. I'll probably do a mix of both, just depends how I feel. Right now I don't mind doing all this clicking, because at least I'm clicking on something other than the stock market. Don't get me wrong, I love playing the stocks in this game. I hate doing it in real life, but I love doing it in this game. It just feels so good, all that power at your fingertips. But that power is backed by my ability to make good economy. And it took a lot of effort to get my economy as good as it is, which is to say very good. There we go, last little drops around here. And we're good! Right, we own so much land here, but we need to start thinking how we put it to use. TBW, the nemesis of the run. Him and South, they got more in common than they might think. We're bringing out all this gold, but it's time to start thinking about selling stuff. Something we haven't done in a long time. I need to probably just work from the top to the bottom of the manufacturer's guide so we don't leave any gaps here. We already produce all the alcohol. We don't produce any apparel. So we need to make sure that we do all this stuff, and since I already have a bunch of factories of these set up, I need to actually remember what I have and don't have. Actually, a nice way to think of it is that if it's available, it's probably from me, except there are seaports, so how does that work again? I don't know. I can just go by memory. I'm pretty sure I make dyes, nylons, textiles, linen. I know I make cashmere. I know I make rabbit spin. I don't make jute rope, which needs the jute plant. So that means we're going to do that. There's going to be a lot of building up jobs. And I'm sure the people of Chengdu have long been waiting for jobs. Oh, I need to make sure that I set this land to anything goes. Otherwise I won't be able to build my anything goes on it. How much money do I have? 4.1 billion. The government sold me that land. Oh god, the government is losing crazy money. Uh-oh. Oh god, that's dangerous. I'd lose control. I'm in horrific risk of losing Chengdu. I can make the government put out some... whatchamacallums if things look really bad. Bonds. But that's a short-term solution to a very long-term problem. But the government's not making money on taxes out of businesses, and I'm about to give them a lot of businesses to tax, so hopefully it'll be okay. If nothing else, I've got a lot of money to buy land off the government, and that just gives them a lump sum of cash. So let's not worry about it. We will be alerted before we get turfed out of government. So, factories. Well, let's just start building loads of them. Immediately give the government something to tax. I might as well just build them from the bottom to the top. Even if I don't set up my shops for it, I will have e-commerce. But you can't really advertise e-commerce, can you? Well, my e-commerce firm itself advertises. I wish I just had more solid numbers on it. Look at that, made to freaking measure. That was a 1 in 4 chance that it was the perfect length, and it was completely perfect. He loves to see it. Okay, well, let's get going with it. I need jute rope. I need... Bring me back to the apparel. I've got leather, I've got wool, silk, dye stuff. It's nice to know that I have all of the raw resources, every last one of them. Well, no, that's not true. I don't have gypsum. But all the farmed raw resources I have. And if I need more, I can just stamp down another farm like I'm just picking up a stamp. It's a shame that the verb is the same as the noun there. Okay. Wow, jute rope was the only thing I needed. Well, let's get factorying now. I don't know what the demands for the stuff is. You know, it's been a long time. Let's bring up our spreadsheet, shall we? And we're going to go down and look... go up and look for apparel here. And we can see that the demands for apparel really high for t-shirts, towels, jeans, and women dresses. But the number I really care about is this green one. This shows how profitable they are. So there's a lot of money to be made in t-shirts, jeans, dresses, polos, dress pants. Not a lot of money to be made in bathrobes, swimsuits, and baby culottes. Credit to the mod for spelling that. Oh, we can see it in-game as well. Baby culottes. How very cute. Anyway, we're building up our baby culottes here, and let's just work our way down. It's nice to see what's profitable, but at this stage it actually doesn't matter, because I'm still doing everything. I'll be able to source these goods. It's a bit of a shame on the cost of shipping these things over, but my perspective is just don't care about freight cost. Freight cost will cost what it costs. Hope I'm not missing any spots here. Oh, of course I'm missing spots. Wait, I thought I missed a spot. It's so hard to keep track of them because your camera moves along, but they're all so samey that it's hard to tell which is which. I could count them, like there's 76, there's 77. What is it, woven hat now? Fur coat. Did fur coat, did woman hat. Here's leather jacket. Here's jeans. Here's pajamas. It's no big deal if I miss one, truth be told. Polos. Pullovers. Extended work shifts for everyone. Well, the nice thing about production in this game is that as long as the goods are available, it kicks off immediately. And even if you don't have what you need for it, if you set up a factory or a livestock farm, they do get to work immediately. Where was I? Skirts, stockings, woolly sweaters, swimsuits, ties, and... oh, we're not done yet. Towels, tracky bees, t-shirts, and we are sadly at the end of the line here without me being able to do winter coats, unless I missed a spot here, which is possible, but I'm not gonna consider that. So more factories, please. I'm gonna do a second t-shirt factory. I just have an inkling of a suspicion that you need that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a bit annoying, but wait, that didn't count right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. I'm going to do a second t-shirt factory. Just have a sneaking suspicion that people want lots more t-shirts. And it's only a suspicion. Here's your winter coats. And I need to go firm, factory. There we go. All 391 factories in existence are my own factories. And I need to go e-commerce in all of them. Whoop. Again, why you don't have a mass button for e-commerce, I do not know. The numbers for these are out of whack. I must have destroyed some factories along the way. Oh, I saw a gap there. Get those soy flour on e-commerce, even though nobody buys them. I want to have everything on e-commerce, because that way I'll be able to know if there's a gap somewhere. Oh man, you know what's really good? With no companies to worry about selling to, I can put everything onto... Actually, nothing needs to be on internal sale. But internal sale at cost is still a nice thing, so... Alright, is that all of them now? No, there's still gaps. Damn it, why is there not just a bulk e-commerce button? They're hiding, I can feel it. Yeah, okay, maybe it's easier to just click along here. No, I'm not sure. Will you watch the Bagel-thon? When's the Bagel-thon? I mean, I usually jump into the Bagel-thon. Gotta show support for my man Lucky, after all. After everything we've been through. Okay, the ordering of this is out of whack. Why is it going from 380 to 7 to 204? Maybe the game doesn't expect you to be building so many factories. It's now? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll watch it once I'm done here. Can't be up too late, though. I've got my weekly one-shot tomorrow of Doom 2, which I have been looking forward to enormously. Alright, this e-commerce is getting redunculous. But I can't think of an easy way to go through each of these except click, 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 click. Actually, the way that it scrolls it down makes it easy. I can just right, left, right, left, right, left. That's convenient. Alright, I think they're all on e-commerce. Let's go with that. Right, but that's not good enough. We make all the automobiles. We make all the bakery products. We don't make any bar products. But when I do food, I like to do my food over by my farms, because that's where, well, that's where all the food is. There's less of a cost of... Yeah! Look at that! It's gone! It's finally gone! Oh, baby, I'm taking that. Hang on, that's deeply suspicious. Why did Cao Cao lose his mansion here? Why? There must have been a reason. Why would he have sold that? Why would he have had it destroyed? Maybe he was really just wanting the money. Damn it, Cao Cao. Your way of operating is a mystery to me. Oh well, let's not worry about it. Let's just set up our mega factories here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You are going to make me cappuccinos. You are going to make me hot toast. Again, factory-made hot toast with ham, cheese, and bread. It has a certain je ne sais quoi. Was Irish coffee really... No, it's whiskey. I thought it would be Bailey's there. Maybe Bailey's is what the game counts as a kind of whiskey? No, surely that would be a liqueur. Come on, game. It's the basics. There we go, set them all on e-commerce. I'll deal with training later when I can do it in bulk. Vacuum sealed and packaged straight to your door. It wouldn't be hot though, it would be that really disgusting kind of warm. There's no gold here, and this gold was never any good quality, so I'm actually thinking I will just destroy you and get my gold elsewhere. Not sure about that though. No, there's not much to be gained by doing that. I will have a bigger sorting out for raw resources, but you need to control a lot of the everything in order for that to be feasible. Let's continue on down. I want to have everything manufactured. I have the money, by which I mean the bank's money, to make that real. We make all the beverages. We don't make any body care products, I believe. Yeah, I don't think I get into any of this. It needs quite a lot of things that I grow on farms. But I need to be a job creator for Chengdu, so I'm not going to bother with that. I will do it here, and to hell with the costs. Mega factories, let's go. You know, this is lovely and relaxing for me. At long last, I can just settle down and start creating goods. And now these goods, I want to produce the goods before I figure out how I do my shops. The shops is going to be a lot of work to figure out how to do right, but I will do it right. And if I ever do it early, it's not going to be right. I need everything available so that I can go to all of my supermarkets. Supermarkets are the biggest problem because so many things get sold in supermarkets, it's unreal. But I will go and I will make a, as perfect as I can, layout for all the supermarkets in a repeatable, tileable pattern that gets everything sold. Makes sense, no? Alright, start at the end and let's just work our way through them. Again, what the heck is with that order? Why would you go from there to there? I gotta do these one at a time for... Tell you what, actually, if I'm gonna do it one at a time, I might as well do it when I set them up for goods. So, e-commerce on and anti-aging cream. E-commerce on and bath salts. E-commerce on and hand lotion. E-commerce on and cotton buds. E-commerce on and conditioner. E-commerce on and diapers. E-commerce on and glasses. E-commerce on and hairbrushes. E-commerce on... And Marvin's trying to distract me with questions. Wait, I don't have coconut oil. Oh well, let's make coconut oil first. And e-commerce on and... body lotion. E-commerce on and mouthwash. E-commerce on and... Ooh, there's a hotkey for that, cool. Powder. Just strange powder. So is there a shortcut for this? Apparently not. Razors. Steel razors. E-commerce on and body scrub. E-commerce on and shaving foam. E-commerce on and shampoo. E-commerce on and soap. But we'll get that coconut oil. Oh, there was something else though. Sulf. What is sulf? Sulfur? Do I get that out of the ground? I suppose I do. Okay, e-commerce on and toothbrush. E-commerce on and toothpaste. Right, sulf. Sulf? Explain further, game. Sulf is used in only making 4 things, but I still need to source it somewhere. Chengdu? You want to tell me where I can find some sulf? There's some sulf. Relatively high quality as well. Won't think twice about it. Just mine out that sulf. Use our typical look for it. And there we go. That'll be your sulf access. Now where do we stop? Soap, toothpaste. Okay, we got a blank one here at 420. So, books and magazines. I believe I integrated the tech for this, so I should have the production tech. Alright, well, we'll get to it. E-commerce on and books. E-commerce on and Comics. Using my own illustration software. Hell yes. E-commerce on and magazines. E-commerce on and newspapers. I feel like I missed e-commerce. No, I didn't. Okay, next. Build. Oh my god, there's a lot of building materials to be done. A lot of them using goods that are more readily available in Vancouver. My steel, aluminium. I feel like this is a Vancouver job more than anything else. I already do cheese. I already do communication devices. I already do computers. I don't do cosmetics. Wait, carrots are used in sun cream? What the? The things you learn around here. Alright, e-commerce on and chapstick. E-commerce on and depilatory wax. What in the world is that? Well, it's beeswax at least. Eyeshadow. Oh, but something was missing for eyeshadow. What? Wheat germ oil. Alright, wheat germ oil with all that wheat. Stuff that turns carrots into carrots, oranges used in sunscreen. Oh. The stuff that turns carrots orange is used. Oh, right, I understand now. I understand what you're saying. Where was I though? I was still on cosmetics. Did I do eyeshadow? I did eyeshadow, then wheat germ oil, and now foundation, and hair gel, and hair color. I don't use any of these cosmetic things so far. Well, it's not going to start with lipstick. And certainly not nail polish. And aftershave maybe. And sun cream. Well, okay. I use sun cream. Factor 50 to maintain this bod. Drugs. I don't do all the drugs, and I should change that. I have some drugs set up, but I think I will do a bigger and better drug operation in Toulouse to give Toulouse an industry. So drugs for Toulouse. Fast food is something, if I don't already do this, I should be doing that in Sydney. Do I not already do fast food? Let's check French fries, shall we? Products, product details, F for French fries. French fries. Oh, I don't. Right, Sydney needs to get on their French fries then. Not fast food in general. Not just yet though, not while I'm in the middle of all this. I do all the food. I do not do footwear at all, I believe, and footwear is very lucrative. Oh god, I came off of there. Where were we at then? Sun cream, here we go. E-commerce on and girly shoes. E-commerce on and high-heeled shoes. I hate high-heeled shoes so much. Sandals. E-commerce on and shoes. E-commerce on and slippers. E-commerce was already on here. How suspicious. Socks. E-commerce on and sporty shoes. What's next? Plenty of furniture to be had. Do I want to do furniture here? I've already created a lot of jobs. And I already make my beds elsewhere, that's worth remembering. Alright, well let's get on it for these bookcases and cabinets and chairs and curtains, and back we go, another row of these mega factories. What was the last thing we did there? Curtains? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, just a row of factories, why not? They don't cost me that much to just sit and exist. But I've got to be a job creator or else these places will never dig themselves out of recession. Alright. Again, it strikes me as weird why I can't just go through them and... maybe I should say specifically this city, then it might stop flickering between them all. Hey, that seemed to work. Excellent. There's some kind of weird indexing on these between the cities then. Oh, I spotted some gaps there, just as well we're doing it this way. Ah, that's because you don't do anything. Well, while we're at it, I need those desks. I'm always impressed by Jake's ability to do this kind of menial labor. I genuinely enjoy it. Like I say, I love to go home and chop wood. It gives me the same kind of happy juices to be doing this. Right, garden furniture, go-go. And kitchen. Oh, kitchen lacks marble. I need to mine out some marble. And that was the only thing missing, right? Get myself some lamps. Get myself some mirrors. Get myself some shower boxes. Again, I need marble. Get myself some sofa. And get myself some table. And that'll do for Chengdu. But I need to locate some marble. There's some marble. It's pretty good quality as well. So, build ourselves a natural resource mine. Just put it slap bang in the middle. Who's going to stop us? No, don't do that. Do that. And now, I am actually going to set Dale Gribble in charge of all of my factories. I put off doing that for a long time. But now I can finally sell at internal cost on these because the people who were buying my goods off of me are dead. DED. I forget stuff that I had to sell at... Wow, you can't keep up, can you? But I think I've done bigger, better versions of those insurance companies now, haven't I? Yeah, check these guys. Your problem is you can't get in the gold because the supplier... Actually, why can't you get that in? This gold supplier should be fine for you. Are you lacking something else? Don't want to go too far down this, but... Oh, I told you to stop getting your stuff. Supply stopped. Yeah, I probably wanted you destroyed then, because I didn't want you hanging around here. Because I've got bigger insurance places. There we go. Keep the space for myself, though. Right, I got the marble. I got those industries set up. Before I forget about it, I'm going to do my fast food in Sydney. Can't be that many different types of fast food, can there? How many are there, actually? No, don't sell the land. Fast food, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 types. I need 8 factories. Easily done, although I'm sure there's some factories here that aren't doing anything currently. I saw one of them making 2 goods. What's that all about? Ooh, we make better chocolates! Chocolate candy is an upgraded version of it. I think I was in charge of this and I didn't have it on internal sale because somebody else wanted my... Shouldn't internal sale be on? Oh no, I turned it off for these. Right. But now I'm not a wholesaler. So what I can do is say, hey, Dale, internal sale, always yes. Always sell internally at cost. Because there's no one to supply with my goods except myself, and this is going to make my e-commerce finally reflect the true cost of goods. Finally. Dale's in charge of all those farms, as he should be. Oh man, can't wait to see the actual numbers, how things work then. Okay, 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. E-commerce, the lot of them. 4, 5, what? Why do I have a Jeanne of d'Arc thing here? Go away. Yeesh. Okay, well that throws me off then. Probably going to be a few cases like that where I've got merger things coming in that I didn't want. Okay, let's make that fast food. Caesar salad. And cheeseburger, damn it. Chicken wings. And bottled cola. I don't even use the coal I make, we just squeeze out that corn syrup. What is that? That's you wringing some corn on the cob to bring out the syrup. It's madness, but I like it. French fried. Hamburger. Lasagna. And milkshake. There we go. It's not how you make corn syrup. Are you sure, Marvin? It might literally be how you make it. I don't like the fact that you own this mine, Fester. How do you own this mine? Maybe there was a mine there and you got sold it. That makes sense to me. Actually, what I can do is I can go to the corporation details and check for all the firms that they have. And there shouldn't be a lot of them. So you own a mine, that's acceptable. TV station, a mine, an R&D center, 5 telecoms, and that's it. And they cannot build anything else. I love to see it. Okay, what else are we wanting to build up here? Remember, Grimsby and Toulouse need an economy. This should suffice for Chengdu. So let's go to Grimbo and start building them up. Again, I can't move this headquarters from the Ravens. I'd love to make the Ravens bankrupt, but I cannot think of any way to do that. Even if I make their firms unprofitable, they have enough bonds that are profitable. I thought the no-build zone didn't apply to RGOs. Not sure about that. See, this is a no-build zone. Yeah, it's a no-build zone, but if I wanted to build an RGO on it... You're a sulfur mine, right? Build mine... Oh, yeah, you're right. It doesn't apply to those. So they could make raw goods. Unless I troll stamp them. Should I troll stamp every RGO? I think I should. That's a bit of an operation, though. I'll do that after I do industry. Please remind me to do so. First off, though, Grimsby. New resource. I've got a plan for that, El Coro. Delightfully devilish plan. Right, the plan does not involve education, so let's destroy all those. The shape of this isn't very ideal, but it's probably better to still have it come up like this. Some stuff will get in the way. That hospital's got to go. Sorry, sick people, but you're not part of my plan. Let's allow whatever we want around here for the time being. It's my mine of zinc. There's still zinc to be had there, so getting rid of it's no good, no point in that. And I need to dispose of all these houses. It's a cruel job, but someone has to do it. And that someone is me. And if they take delight in it, then surely that's a good thing. Right, any other houses getting in my way? Sadly, I can't cane mansions in the same way. I see someone that managed to evade my wrath. Some of that still counted as buyable land for some reason. Right, sell it off now. I sell this stuff at a loss. That's right, I'm pitiable here, but I do it for the sake of the government. The government are the good guys here, sometimes too good. Don't worry, I'll be buying it back soon enough, at a better rate. But I need to ensure that the roads can be built up. Okay, government, get rid of those roads. There are too many of them, they offend me. And now build a single road out to here and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Build the road out to here as far as it'll go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That natural gas is going to stop me, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. It's okay, little gaps like that are of no consequence for my road building. Thinking about just having a strip of road along here. Now, I don't think the roads need to be connected, But just in case the game decides to not like the way I'm doing my roads down the line, better to be a little bit prudent like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I like the significant less amount of thinking that I have to do for this than I do for setting up residential zones. Remember those times when we built things? Residential zones, places for people to live, have good lives. Ooh, grade school. Away you go. And a library. Oh ho ho ho, away you go. Right, continue on with the roads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up. Just double checking my count there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mansion in the way, as it often is. Otherwise, we can just build to the end here. Demolish roads. Demolish fire station. Demolish other roads that we put that are just getting in the way here. Mansions are the ultimate troll stamps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably a build for this game where you get into politics really early and prevent all this kind of stuff that becomes a hassle late game. It's just getting into politics costs you like a couple $100 million for your first politician unless you get really lucky. But once you're in politics once, you could, if you're nefarious enough, you could just use exploits to get around it all. I mean, we swiftly discovered a way to make, well, not infinite money, but you can take all of the government's money with very little problem. Feels good. Feels real good. Okay, there we go. We're going to go back to the government. We're going to label all of this a no-build zone. And we're going to label all of this as an agricultural zone, even though there will be no agriculture done on it. That just gives me carte blanche to buy the land at a ridiculously cheap rate. Can't buy this no-build land, but I can buy all this totally going to be used for agriculture land. Good thing there's no traffic simulation, yeah. Maybe someday there will be, right? They're continuing to work on this game. Always putting out more expansions. There's something to do with energy distribution that's coming. And hopefully they're going to really work more on the real estate side of it, because real estate's one of the most undeveloped parts of the game. It'd be nice if there was real progress to be made in putting down apartments and mansions and that, and actually developing the land. Currently there's very little outside of exploits or the very long game, the get rich slow game. And if you don't play your cards right, you might end up losing value thanks to inflation. Yeah, hopefully they'll turn this into a paintbrush as well. I hear in early versions of the game, or earlier versions, so this game's been around for 20 years, God knows how early that is, but it used to be that you couldn't even sell land with this bulk tool. You had to sell land one at a time. There's no way I'd be doing any of those exploits if I had to sell these one at a time. Couldn't imagine going through that. There we go, troll stamp that iron. Troll stamping, just putting down land that you buy as your own so that others can't have it. Okay, looking good, unless I miscounted something, and I hope to God I didn't. And now the government will say, oh, now that you own all this land, well, who are we to say that you can't build whatever you want on it? Grab a corner, grab to the edge, and say, it's do whatever you want land. Excellent. And we will do whatever we want. We're going to start building up factories a million. Mega factories a go-go. What did I say I was going to be building in Grimsby, by the way? I'm sure I said something. I looked at one thing and said, this needs to be done in Grimsby because Grimsby needs an economy. But, what did I mean by that? I don't know, but I'm sure we'll figure it out soon enough. Just slam down these factories. I only recall you saying you wanted to build stuff in Vancouver. Yeah, there was stuff in Vancouver because it needs steel and things that But I produce better... Well, I already make them in Vancouver, so there's less of a journey for it. It's a bit of a shame importing coal to Vancouver to process it into steel into Grimsby in order to make razor blades over in Chengdu. You know how not cool it would be if somebody bought that single square of land out from under me? I don't think the AI ever just buys land like that, but let's hope that they don't get any funny ideas about it. Alright, let's enable the mass e-commerce thing here. Why, oh why is there not a bulk tool for e-commerce? It's very simple, just go to e-commerce firm, have a selector thing for turn on e-commerce everywhere. Or an option in the menus screen that says gameplay options, default e-commerce on. I just had to check, just in case there was something there. It would be default auto-link supplier, disabled. You must select suppliers manually, but I don't. I mean, I don't mind them automatically getting their suppliers. But that's strange, it's been working fine while it's been off. Default price synchronization, what? When you set a new price, the new store will be applied to all your retail, I don't care so much about that. Okay, Jake's about to return to the... break down the doors of Capitalism Lab and start demanding changes. Saying I'll be the one to change them. Nah, I don't have the ego for that anymore. Not sure I ever did. Okay, did I do home appliances before? I strongly recall making some, but not all of these. I don't ever recall making... Well, I'm certain I don't have big enough factories for them. Not sure I want to make more of them over here, though. Especially since components and that are made over in Vancouver. Oh my god, bed places for hotels? But I don't have catering services. And I don't have orange juice. Wait, why the heck don't I have orange juice? You'd think I'd have orange juice created in... What is orange juice? Wait, it's a semi-product? It's a semi-product that gets sold. That makes no sense. Still though, we'll make sense of no sense. We'll locate a factory that isn't doing anything. There's bound to be one. Empty factory. I'm sure there were gaps in my factory setup. Hey, there's 4 here. Ah, but they haven't begun production, that's why. Same with you. I'm sure there would have been gaps around here. It's hard to spot something that isn't there, isn't it? Alright, well, no big deal. I can just slam down another factory. Turn off the info, and hang on, something seemed off there. Oh yeah, you're the 4 that we were looking at just moments ago. It happens. Okay, factory. Go here, e-commerce on, because I know I can sell orange juice. Wait, it's under juices. Did I not make juices here? Well, I guess I didn't. Huh. I'm surprised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 kinds of juices. So, well, let's make them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And, of course, even though I copy-pasted them, they all need to have e-commerce enabled. Wait, what? There's another accursed factory that's got to go. Can we get an anecdote about every kind of juice? I did that for my previous buildings, didn't I? Hold on, let me figure them out. It's taking a lot less time to set these up, unlike my farms, so anecdotes might be hard. And they're not really anecdotes, it's just how has this juice affected me in my life? Lasagna, here we go. So, ACE juice, I don't even know what that is. It's probably some kind of super vitamin juice looking at it. Apple juice, love apple juice. Bit acidic at times. Soy milk, soy almond milk, silk. Ugh. Anyway, I bought almond milk in the thoughts that it could serve purpose of like long life milk, because dairy milk does go off a little fast and I don't use it that much for my porridge, but it just sucked so much I ended up going back to dairy milk. Carrot juice is actually rather nice. There's a place that does some nice lamb baguettes, lamb buns, something like that in Stockholm. A Tutoriet actually. Sometimes I get carrot juice from there. Coconut milk. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's incredibly bad. I don't think I've had grape juice before. Well, I have grape juices when I can have grape. I've actually got a bowl of grapes right next to me that I'm keen to ham into, actually. Lemonade I'm not a fan of because I don't like carbonated drinks. I'll drink them, but I won't. I'd rather have non-carbonated. Lychee drink, I'm sure I've had it. Don't think it was that great. Orange juice, always with pulp. Pineapple juice is just going to remind me of those burning pineapples, but I still really enjoy it. And tropical juice in general, great if it's made from actual tropical fruit. I always pick up a carton or glass or whatever of tropical juice, and then I turn around and read the ingredients, and it usually says water, sugar, sweetener, orange juice from concentrate 5%, pineapple juice from concentrate 0.5%, and then lists a few other things at very low amounts. It's a horrible con, don't bother with it. Okay, with juices out of the way, back to Grimmer Than Grimsby, because I still need an industry here. Oh, I never even gave Grimsby an industry. Let's check that out. Where were we with them? Professional cleaning needs detergent, which is itself a household product. I think I'll come back to those later. There's a lot of household products, and none of them are missing goods, even though I swear I saw something like drywall there. Ceramics. Huh, okay. Ah, I wasn't checking for missing supplies. Okay, well, Grimsby is going to be the home of household products. So, jute rope we don't need to worry about, we're working on that. Ceramics is made from clay, which I also don't have access to. So, find me some clay, please. Gypsum, chemical minerals, gravel, diamonds, salt, gravel, oil, timber, coal, water, silica, sulf, chemical minerals, aluminium, silver, more silver, clay. Not very high quality clay, but it's mine. Mine it out. And put down that for it. I really need to troll stamp all the raw resources, or else it's going to be a bit of a pain for me to get access to them. Yeah, I need to remember to do that before all is said and done. Okay, with that, we'll have access to clay. So, we'll be able to make ceramics. And what else is a mid-product that we're in need of? Helps if I look at household products here. So there's ceramics. Good, good. We're going to get jute rope. We're going to get sulf. What else is needed here? Oh, I've got all the rest, so we're just going to work through it. Get some air freshener for Grimbo. Get some aluminium foil. Get some bed sheets. Get some bleach for the eyes because you're in Grimsby. Get some candles for Grimsby because your rooms stink. Get some carpet because British houses are done with wall-to-wall carpeting, and it's as bad as it sounds. Dinner set, dishware, feathery bed. I've slept on some grim beds in my life. Makes me all the happier to have some really nice beds in my life now. Well, one incredibly nice bed. It's very big, very cozy. Get those jute bags. God knows why people would want those. Get some matches to burn down Grimsby. Get some, what the heck is that? Moquette? Looked like sandpaper. What is that? Is that like some impact absorbent material that you put up on buildings? I'll assume so. Get some Heldens. Get some pillows. Get some culinary pots. Get some shopping bags. Some softener. Did I miss a spot? Of course I did. Tissues. Get some toilet roll. Get some trash bags. Hold on, there's advanced toilet paper? That's right, somebody invented 2-ply, didn't they? Oh, that's cool. Trolleys. I feel like I missed a spot. Trash bags, trolleys, and Tupperware. I love Tupperware. Toilet cleaner. Personally, I use that duck stuff. Umbrella. I have a big umbrella. It's really good. Washing up liquid. And washing powder. Aerial stuff, huh? Okay, what's next on the list? Insurance we already do. Jewelry we already do. Juices we just did. Leather goods we do. We don't do musical instruments. Ah, screw it. We'll do musical instruments here in Grimsby. We'll get the bugle going. But the bugle was missing brass, wasn't it? Yeah, brass of copper and zinc. Get it going. And drums. And the guitar. And the eclectic piano. And a saxophone, which also misses brass, but that's okay. We're working on a brass. Alright, what else we got? I've got some 6-ply tissues with mint aroma. Now that's tech. What? 6-ply tissue? That kind of seems uncomfortable. Okay, Grimsby, it's very fitting for a port town like that to produce boat stuff. It's going to be a bit better than the other stuff they produce, like Ian Huntley. But we'll need boat hulls, boat engines, and I think we have everything else. So get those boat hulls in. Oh, where are we at? Here we go. Boat hull, yes please. And it's under nautical, right? Boat engines, turbines again. I wonder if I'm going to be hurting on the turbines once more. Nautical. Jake should start owning the toll booth industry. One thing that really pulled me into City Skylines was the fact that you could make toll booths, but they weren't quite as oppressive as I wanted them to be. So there's the. So I've got the hull. Wait, engine. 18 has hull. 19 has engine. 20 has nothing. So cabin cruiser. Jet ski. Rubber boat and sailboat. And since I integrated Callum's company, I should have his boat technology. I should. Let's make sure about that. Doesn't show my stuff here. Maybe I have to go to corporate details, me, tech for product, and find my boats. Where would be my boats? Put them all here. R for rubber boat, I guess. It's a good way to check. Rubber boat, Tech 410. Thank you, Callum. It's appreciated. Tell you what, I haven't saved in forever. Let's save in case things go Pete Tong. Perfect. 029. What else are we going to do in Grimbo? Pet products. I don't think I do any of this, and I'm pretty sure I integrated someone else's pet technology. But it needs quite a few foodstuffs that I'd be better off doing near my farms, so I'll pass on that. Actually, this might do for Grimsby for a while. It should chew through some of that unemployment. And I can't forget that Toulouse is in desperate need of my my industry. So we're going to do much the same in Toulouse. Plenty of space to be building up industry here. This grade school's got to go. I went to a very rural school, so seeing a grade school out there in the middle of nowhere just brought back a lot of memories flooding in. Let's relocate our firm over here, if temporarily. I'll have to really suss out how my banks and that work. Just shove you. Oh, I can't even put it on there. Even the government can tell you how you can use your own owned land. It's absurd, isn't it? Bye bye high school. Let's get you moved over here as well. I just shove them over there. There's the airport. These schools gotta go. University gotta go. Instagram. This Instagram has a reach of 40%. It's quite tempting to keep. I'm actually going to keep it and shove it over here. I'll figure out what to do with it at a later date. At some point, online stock trading, I believed I would keep that. At some point, I'm going to have to sort out all my internet companies, decide which to keep and which to cull. Again, I don't really know how demand for those services go. All of these. Yeah, you two, grade school, you gotta go. Tinner and Tinner's mansion, trying to bother me, slightly succeeding. This should do fine for land for now, so let's demolish all these roads. That should be plenty of space for factories for now. And I need to sell this land. Sell the land first so that I can make way for roads. Not the island, but the infrastructure. The reason I have all these 2x2s is from companies that I have bought up their stuff from and demolished but kept the land. Okay, government can build roads whether it's allowed or not. Oh, who's this sneaky little devil here? It doesn't matter because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Meaning I can just calmly and carefully build my road along here. Loads of space united. Sailboats with an engine, that's cheating. Transforms from sailboat to sailboat. That's good. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that means from here, we're going to come up. Kind of looks like it moves a bit there, doesn't it? Still, there it goes. And I double check my numbers, because if any of them are off by 1, all of them are off by 1. Seems fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up through here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here. Hopefully the government's going to start making money off of my delicious taxes once I set up all these businesses, because the governments have been struggling for money since I plunged the world into the darkness of perma-recession. There, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so enough space to build on the other side as well. And yet all the freedom I need to oi oi oi. Trying to get in my way, Silver. There we go. There we go. So now this becomes agricultural land. Then it becomes my land. I think I extended that one bit too far, but that's okay. So let's see, the government is really low on money right now at 1.5 billion and a hemorrhage of 6 billion per year. So I'm here offering the government something quite nice. My company will come in and buy all this land to help you out with your debt problems. No strings attached. I'm just going to take it and pay you. Cash in hand. And I tell you, the government loves cash in hand jobs. That's why they clamp down on them so hard. They hate the competition. Gotta be careful not to leave any sizable gaps here, or else the other companies might see fit to put down R&D centers or the like. Not much I can do about that airport. It's just going to be there, serving pretty much no purpose to me. No strings attached. Strings and conditions may apply. May. No, they won't. It's true, I'm giving the government the money for this land. I'm not going to short sell them on it. I will develop the land with industry. Not only am I paying the government for this land, cash in hand, I'm also developing the land, and I'm going to be a job creator to get rid of their rampant unemployment, which is causing their horrible depression. Honestly, is there any evil that I'm doing? From the government's point of view, right? If you start talking about from the people's point of view, you're going to bring on all sorts of emotive points like, he's ruining the environment, or he's exploiting our labor, and all sorts of other meaningless drivel from bottom feeders. And if you go, oh, he's just doing it to line his own pockets, it's like, yes, Jealousy does not befit you. Look, I just donated $2 billion to the government, and all they had to do was give me this land and tell me I could do whatever the heck I want with it. Speaking of which, government, I believe we came to an agreement about me doing whatever the heck I want with this land. There we go. I don't like this little sniveling line here, though. Let's be rid of it. There we go. So, time for the great industry of Toulouse, and I managed to instantly forget what industry I wanted to start up here. So if someone else can remember for me, I would be very much obliged. Whilst we're humming and hoeing about that, I'll just slam down some factories. There would have been something that I looked at and went, ah yes, I'll do this in Toulouse, because Toulouse needs industry. Drugs, says Jimmy C. Now I don't know if that's just an exclamation, like Jimmy C needs his drugs and he hasn't had his fix today. So I will assume that that is exactly the case, but it's kind of nice because that reminds me that I didn't cover all of the drugs when I was doing it in Vancouver. And this is where the stuff I made at the very start starts swinging back round. I went for the drugs that I could produce, and of course ones that would make me good money way back then. So things I could produce easily, like those cotton buds and band-aids, but also things that make good money, like contact lenses and cold pills. Now there will be no such considerations. I will just make all of them. I'm going to set down a bunch of these factories first. I'll probably fill up this line completely. I'll set e-commerce on for all of them, and then just get going with the drugs and anything else we see fit to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I just don't I don't trust my counting there. That's our 600th factory that we just slammed down there with reckless abandon. I'm going to have a bit of space left over here, but this coastal stuff is going to be hard to put to any reasonable use. With no roads, the only thing I could put there would be R&D centres, and I don't think I'm quite anal retentive enough to be putting my seafront R&D centres down. This isn't Caesar 3. I don't have to squeeze every last drop out of the map that I can. Ah, Caesar 3. I was actually a little bit tempted to be playing Caesar 3 instead of Capitalism Lab this evening. But what cinched it for me was the very thought of having to go 4 days without Capitalism Lab if I didn't do this evening. Unthinkable. Truly unthinkable. I'm really quite excited about repairing the global economy, and perhaps even more so than that. Oh my god, what a weird order these things are. Repairing the global economy and finally just engaging in economics again. Because for the longest time, all I've been doing is trading stock and dealing with stock to acquire companies. Now that I have every company that I could care about, there will be an exception, right? I will probably have to merge some companies considerably later on because they're going to say have a single iron mine or something that I need. But these are going to be crappy, cheap companies that I could just throw a few billion at and acquire, no questions asked. Okay, that's you all e-commerced up. Let's get on the drugs brigade. Engaging in economics, aka owning the world. Jake builds all his factories upstream in order to maximize clean water intake and sewage water for the bottom feeders. This is ideal. I like it. Okay, seems like these factories don't produce pollution yet. Maybe they will when they're operational. Actually, no, all that yellow probably means pollution. Well, not my problem. What is my problem is the need for greed. Let's go. Drug time. First off, do I have all the materials needed for drugs? No, I have some semis missing. We are missing sulf, but we're working on that. And vitamins. Weird that vitamins would be a semi-product. Are they actually a semi-product? No, vitamins are sold themselves elsewhere. Vitamins is under drugs. Oh, they're just at the bottom there. After supplements, which are somehow different from vitamins. I don't understand. Still, up it goes. Analgesics, antibiotics, band-aids. Feels bad putting down things I've already got, but hey-ho. Band-aids, anticoagulants. Hey, that would be the hemostats from Resident Evil Outbreak. Nice, they're red as well. Cold pills. Can't be that cold. Contact lenses. Cough syrup. Cotton wool. Cotton wool has such low profit margins, it's unreal. Fertilizer. Maybe the margins aren't so bad, it's just such a low value good. It's kind of insultingly bad. Hyaluronic acid. I don't know what that is. Looks like tea tree oil to me. Insecticide. Actually use that stuff come summer. Medical instruments. Fish oil. I took fish oil for a while. Made my breath reek, so I stopped taking it. My bones started clicking for a while. I was like, what would fix that? Maybe some cod liver oil or whatever. But my bones fixed themselves. Potentially thanks to that oil, who knows. Where were we here? Vaccine. I feel like I missed a spot, and maybe I did, but let's not worry about it. Veterinary drugs. Vitamins. Oh, we're at the bottom already. Damn, that went easy. What's next then? What have we not done? We did music stuff, right? We did nautical, pet products. I was going to wait and do in... hell, just get them done here. I need the business set up for Toulouse. Get your bird food done here or whatever. Cat food as well. Cat litter. And dog food. And I saw you were missing supplies. What were you missing for cat litter? Gravel. I'm not exactly sure you use gravel in cat litter, but I'll be honest, I don't know what that stuff is made of. Fortunately, there's some so-so quality stuff here. Tell me gravel isn't... Okay. It'd be really weird if the quality of the gravel played much into the quality of the cat litter, but it doesn't, thankfully. Raw resources, get mining out that gravel, s'il vous plaît. Get every last drop of it. And where were we with our... Where were we then? There's the cat litter. There's the dog food. Now what else do we want to do? Photography products. Did I ever do these? Did I set... I thought I set up something for action cameras and that. Product. Details. Action camera. No. Really? Let's just check out camera. LMN. Camera. Well, I'll be diddled. I didn't do any of them. I wanted to because they're really good money, but oh well. Down you go. Action camera, binoculars, camera, other camera, other camera. What now, Grimsby? We're running out of goods here. We already make pizza. We do not make school goods. We're not in Grimsby, we're in Toulouse. Well, Toulouse, make me some school goods. I already make office paper, I'm certain on that one. Maybe I should make more office paper here, just in case. Couldn't hurt, right? Agenda and backpacks. I'm pretty sure I folded in the suspiciously wealthy furry tech. They themselves were folded into another company. I forget whose it was. Can't be that important. Get the chalk going so the kids can eat that. Get the erasers going. And the glue. Man, who didn't have loads of fun with glue as a kid? Did I do notebooks there? Yeah, I did notebooks without even noticing, so I was too busy thinking about sticking my fingers together with PVA glue. Oh, the joy you could have with that as a kid. Unmatched. Well. Pencil, in you go. And Scotch tape. Cultural appropriation wherever I look. This cannot stand. Semi-products. I'm not going to have dedicated semi-product production because I just build that as I need it. And come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I do all of this already. Services. Services are suffering here. The city needs more workers. It's not the case. Toulouse actually needs a lot of jobs. Should I just get all these services done? They're all sold in business shops. I can make gyms out of what I can only assume is gym equipment, which itself needs to be made. I'll do services later. Sounds like they need a bunch of other stuff. I think I make all of these snacks. Yeah, I fondly recall making yogurt and talking about how those sesame sticks look like they're straight out of Poland. Sports equipment needs to be made though, so let's get all the sporting equipment done in Toulouse. Instead of, you know, it was that nice thing. Originally, I could just do little bits of products from the very start, and it felt good to be able to walk in and just do all of a product, and then multiple products, and now it's just everything. It feels really good. It's the payoff moment. And lots of games need payoff moments, or else you finish up with it and you kind of feel betrayed for having invested the time and effort into it. I think that's a big part of why Mass Effect 3's ending really taints the series as a whole, and it tends to be what people talk about. And this is my payoff moment here. All the money I made, all the enemies that I destroyed and folded into me, all the tech I researched, all the infrastructure I put down, all the politics I got into, to be able to just wave my hand and say, Toulouse, make me everything. And Toulouse does exactly that. Give me my treadmill, give me my tennis racket, give me my thermal bottles. The ending really killed my love for the series. Helden made a good defense of the series. The ending is bad, yes, but Mass Effect is its characters. So one thing didn't pay off. But, you know, all the other things it did. Think of the Genophage. Think of all the other things. I'm not that well versed. The fate of all your characters. Ooh, tools. I don't think I'm on tools, and I can make all of them. So let's get ourselves a battery. I remember needing batteries elsewhere. Light bulbs. Chainsaw. Weird. Chainsaw is one word, right? A drill. A drell, you say. Fire extinguisher. I don't really see that as a tool. I also don't see gloves as a tool. Lawnmower. It's more of a vehicle, right? Paintbrush. Pallets. Pallets aren't tools. Safety helmets. Scissors. And toolboxes. Alright, what else? Come on. Any more for any more? I already make all the toys. I don't think I make watches, though. Again, this seems more suited for making in Vancouver, but whilst I'm here, I think we'll just get it done. Wall clock, down you go. Elegant watch. Golden watch. The man with the golden watch. The silver watch. And the smart watch. And the sports watch. Now, I've given work everywhere. Sydney has work, Vancouver has work. Grimsby has work. Although Grimsby might want more work. Chengdu has a lot of work. Grimsby seems a little underloved in terms of work, doesn't it? I'm going to make services in Grimsby, which is a terrifying proposition. Right. There's quite a lot of services here, aren't there? And they themselves need a lot of supplies. But with everything else covered, this should be good. So let's just get ourselves more firms, shall we? Factory, mega factory. Thankfully this isn't costing me an arm and a leg to do. Go over here then. It's so nice to have the Stronghold music backing all of this, isn't it? Certainly works for me. Upsy daisy, upsy daisy. We'll make it along to that natural gas, shall we? Yeah. And let's make sure that again, e-commerce is on for the whole bleeding lot of them. Ah, crikey, the way it likes to bounce between these. There's some weird ordering on this. Right, all looking good. Over we go. Don't know when I started saying go-go, but it really stuck. You know when you just pick up words and phrases like that? Don't think I picked that up from anywhere, though. Okay, tools box I know I'm making. Right. Yeah, because it's a tool type. Getting back to my services here. Auto services, Gib. Hopefully people do buy those online. It's going to be tragic for me if they don't. Beautician has all of those goods coming out soon enough. Catering service will finally have their orange juice. Okay, electrician service will have electrical cable from their tools, I believe. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't hurt me with phrases like that, Punk Rock Lee. This is not a punishment game. Get ourselves our gym set up. Our paint. Our decorative gypsum. That's building products, which I have not gotten into yet. I need to get on building products. I guess Grimsby can also do building products. Maybe they can build themselves a better Grimsby. Oh my goodness. Grimsby, I think, is also known as Great Grimsby. I remember I was looking it up on Wikipedia to try and learn more about Grimsby. And the first thing it says is Grimsby, also known as Great Grimsby. Who knows it as Great Grimsby? Alright, travel services, veterinary, and web services. And since I have them here, let's set up that hotel here. So I should have all the hotel stuff I need now with catering done. I don't have professional clean, did I? No, professional clean is a service. I just enabled that. Hotel. Wait, am I on the right one here? Yeah, I am. Hotel. Go. And now it's just building materials. How many of those are there? A lot of them. Oh well. No sense complaining about it. Just get to work. And there's that electric cable that I need. There's my cement, which needs gravel, but we're working on that. Hard as nails. And I still need a lot more factories. Single-handedly saving Grimsby here. I'm sure John is feeling indebted to me. Yeah, I'd love to commission some artwork for Capitalism Lab, but there's so little to work with. There are no characters. There's nothing memorable to look at in this game. Unless you want to, like, anthropomorphize, that's a tough word, all the graphs and things, but I don't tend to want to do that with anything, so my hands are tied. Ah, crumbs. Stop jumping between them like this. What are they thinking with the order here? Good, 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 good. Almost done. That was probably overkill in the factories, but that's okay. E-commerce is on for the lot of them. There I was. And what was the last thing I did? Hard ass nails. Concrete blocks. Need gravel, but we're working on that. I need gypsum. Let's try and remember to get some gypsum shortly. Let's build ourselves some doors, some electric gates. And faucets, but I'm already working on the brass. Galvanized roof, yet more use for my massive amounts of galvanized steel. Door handles. Lumber from lumber. Lumber from timber. And parquet from timber and rubber. Really use rubber in that? I was wondering why I hadn't seen paint before. I thought paint was a tool. Plasterboard from paper and gypsum. Again, I need to get on my gypsum. Plugs, missing electric cables, but we already set that up. Roofing tiles need clay, but we already set up a clay mine. Sanitary, it's alright, I'm working on ceramic. Solar panels I already make. Let's make more. Marble tiles need marble, but I'm pretty sure I just set up a marble mine. Got what I need for wallpaper, got what I need for windows. Hey, and that should be that. Okay, that was a lot to set up. I haven't unpaused in a very long time, but we're still going to save now. This is going to be perfect 030, and this should solve the unemployment problem. And hopefully it'll make me some more money, because even though I'm not selling the stuff in shops, it will go on e-commerce. Might take a little bit to get on the e-commerce sales though, but it will. Well, I mean, boat engines won't, but what will? Bleach. Bleach can be sold online. There we go, all on internal sale at cost. E-commerce price is 10 times what I have to spend to make it. And then, well, let's have a before and after, shall we? Grimsby is not the home of my e-commerce, Vancouver is. And we're launching all these new products because we have the tech for it. Slick Luigi's, prior to opening up all of those new industries, sells 79 million products every month. And makes me about 1.8 billion a month. Actually, it says it's making me projected 2 billion. And then if we just speed this up, how are you doing now? I'm not really sure that's improving all that much. Maybe it's going to take a while for those products to catch on. Or, you know, be available. Some things like you are still waiting on it. Linen, dye stuff. Suppliers are mega stressed. Why are you mega stressed? Because you're working flat out and that's a lot of dye to have to produce. Well, that's okay. When I find something that I need more of, I go duplicate firm. And then I just go kerthunk, kerthunk. And it all gets solved. I said I was going to troll stamp all of the products just in case others get on them. Cock and Bull's animal products just joined the competition. Although it says animal products, there's nothing to say they're actually going to work on animal products. What I care about is firms, what you already have. GWC built a mine, I don't like that, and I don't know where they got an R&D center. Looks like they parked it right on my land here, but I think this was before I... Whoa, that's tricky, you tricky bugger. Like that. Pulled a TBW. That's alright though. It's of little concern to me if they have a single mine and an R&D center for... Wow! They're looking to really nail the cheese. Their Parmigiano cheese is going to go up to Tech 10,000 in a decade. It's alright though. These tiny little firms are of little concern to me. Especially if it's mostly just R&D. I still managed to empty and clean. There we go, perfect market. All firms for sale. That's where the firms for sale thing was, but it still doesn't show mansions, because mansions don't count as firms. Okay, let's troll stamp. This is my way of stopping all these companies from putting down stuff here. So what I can do is I can go natural resource, logging camp. Sure, it's a bit expensive. I can place it there, and then I can sell it. And what do you mean sell the land? I don't want you to sell the land. I thought there was a way to demolish you without selling the land. I was certain there was. I'm sure I found a way to do that. Damn, my idea was to just stamp down and sell the land, but why can't I... Maybe because it's set to not being allowed to have it. So let's try this then. Logging camp. Ah. I could have sworn there was a way to take care of that. This could become problematic. Unless, of course, I simply buy the land. I think the game just doesn't want you to own RGOs without using it. Yeah, I can see that, but that doesn't change the fact that I want to own the RGOs without using them. I should try and... There we go. I can do this. If I do it faster than the game realizes, I can do it like that, and that's going to stop someone from putting it down. So there, you're not meant to be able to get the land, but I think if you're fast enough, you can own it like that. So I'm going to do that instead. It's of great importance to me that nobody else grabs those RGOs, or else they're going to have industry, and I don't want them to have that at all. This might be a bit of a pain to do, but it's a one-time deal. Get it done once, never have to deal with it again. Where's AutoClicker? I need AutoClicker.exe to help me out here. There we go. Much easier. Now I just need to hold down a button rather than keep mashing. There we go. This is almost definitely an exploit. They do not intend for you to do this in the game. But as long as I can grab it so there's no way to put a 3x3 around these, then my competitors will not be able to get on that. Whether I set it as no build zone or not. Of course, this means we need eyes peeled for raw resources. I already have stuff around that coal. So that gravel and that salt. There we go. Again, I'm paying the government for the privilege of this. So what if we have to bend a few rules here and there? Starting to think it's going to take quite a long time to do for all the RGOs, but it's not like we haven't been doing a bunch of other things that take a long time. Meanwhile, people are just going, get to the freaking selling of products, Jake. Yeah, I want to as well. Now there's a bigger idea for preventing this. If I build on these products, it's just going to spawn new ones. However, if I don't, new ones won't spawn. Later on, I can get to the point where I just own all of the land. And that will prevent new things spawning. And then I can control where they spawn. That's where it gets really good. You can control where RGOs spawn if you only allow them to be... Actually, if I do it like this, then I don't need to sell the land back. That's cool. It's going to save me some issue. Yeah, so let's say I just own all of the land, and then I sell a bit of land back to the state around here. It's going to instantly be flooded with RGOs, provided the game's willing to spawn new RGOs. You know, looking at how many there are across the map, I'm not even sure I want to do this. What do I care if my competitors set up RGOs? I'm just going to buy it from them anyway. Yeah, screw it, this is a waste of time. If I really want them, I can buy them out from my competitors later on. But let's still make sure that these things are no-build zones. Okay, it's a trick you can do, but I'm looking at the tedium and thinking, nah, I've done enough tedious things today. What I want to make instead of tedium is money. Also, I want to repay off these loans. Being in debt ain't for me. Okay, it's now booming in Sydney. How are we doing on the unemployment? Oh, wait, why is Vancouver facing unemployment? Vancouver still has a lot of my factories here. I guess it's just because Vancouver has that massive amount of population. Unchecked immigration here, rearing its ugly head. Oh well, at least they all live where I tell them to live. Wait, this is a product-selling game? Yeah, who would have thought? At least we're back up to the 30 billion, so we know we can do better. Still, I'm a little surprised and disappointed in similar measure that all the goods that I suddenly put down, even though it's just going through e-commerce, aren't selling. Well, these hairbrushes aren't doing much because there's no hair colouring. Wait, there's probably no hair colouring being made anywhere. What is hair colouring? What am I trying to make from hair colouring? Salons. Manufacturer's guide. Actually, I could go product detail. Tell me about hair colouring. It's a cosmetic. Which I should be producing. Where's my hair colour meant to be? Quite a few of these things aren't activating. Hair colouring cosmetic. I can't even remember where I set up my cosmetics. I did set... Yeah, I remember setting them up. I remember going, ugh, cosmetics. Maybe it wasn't around here, though. It's got, like, pillows and that. Would it have been in Chengdu? I'm seeing diapers and things. Mouthwash, hairdryer. There's conditioner. Glasses, hairbrushes. Powder. Powder short on chemical minerals because I'm really short on making those. Tell me about your chemical materials supplier. Ah, well there's a problem. You don't have the proper extraction team for it. Sale, mining, mining. Linky. There we go. That's not going to solve the problem, but it'll alleviate it a little bit. If they do set up RGOs, there'll be no one else to sell them to, so they will just be paying for the maintenance. That's not necessarily true. My guys might auto-source the goods from them if I don't have enough for myself, and there's a good possibility that would happen. How am I doing on telecoms, by the way? Telecom is one of the things that I can't really compete very well on because there's already a good established individual that I struggle to fight against. Hopefully he someday goes public so I can destroy him. There he is, the Ravens. I cannot buy him out, and I just have to hope that someday he goes public, but he might not. It might be a self-defense mechanism for the game to never make those guys public. For some reason I'm making losses as well. What's up with that? Also, where did the stuff go here? There we go. Lost my mini-map in that. Grimsby. Is it the banks? It's usually the banks. The banks aren't making me the big money they used to. Come on, you need to get that sorted. Stop defaulting on me and start taking out my high-value loans, please. You're maintaining a few hundred factories, many of which don't have a good point, Marvin. I'm not doing my training. Right, let's spend more money on training level. Also, I'm sorely tempted to start charging more for my... I go back and forth on this one, but I really don't like the fact that I charge so little in rent. Let's up it to about 80%. E-commerce needs to pick up the slack. Whoa, e-commerce has 90%, and the money is going up. Excellent. How's that working for us? 90 million goods being sold each month? I like it. I really like it. What are all these zeros, though? No one's buying my software for whatever reason. One person's bought a public water contract. I'm seeing t-shirts being sold online. Excellent. $40 for t-shirt online. Scary stuff. Nobody wants to buy my shampoo. It is being... Wow, it's not being produced enough. What's the problem? Chemical materials, plastic. Plastic needs oil. The oil is tapped. Okay. I think I need to start making a lot more goods and centralizing them. Could centralize them in each city, or I could just slam down lots and lots of them. Oh, what's this? It's not a mansion, but it is a mine, and I want that mine. Salt mine, huh? I'm not sure how much I need that much salt, but I will actually... I'll give you... He wants $1 billion for it. Mosmori's, forget it. You can have your unprofitable salt mine. $1 billion for a salt mine. People must think the inflation's gone truly rampant there. I need those. I need those goods because I clearly don't make enough of them. Oil. I'm looking for oil on the map. That's oil. It's not great oil, but at this point I don't think I care. Natural resource, oil well. Give it to me. You know how to do it. More oil. I see more oil over here. Natural resource, oil well. Slam it down and take it all. Looking on that mini-map for the O's. There was oil around here, of which I'm almost certain. There's my oil. In fact, there's my gravel as well. How much gravel does one man really need in his life, though? Get the oil. Oh, well, that's incredibly crap gravel. Well, couldn't hurt. Just go and mine it out while you're at it. Do I need more water? Don't know. Let's just take it anyway. Aluminium. Do I need more? I don't know, but let's not find out. Slam down that aluminium mine. What else might I be needing more of? Chemical minerals. Mine. Looking for anything else I might need more of. Gold. I found myself hurting for gold before. I'm just slamming it down and the AI can figure out where to put these goods. I could consolidate them. But sometimes that just adds extra distance to go. As long as I have enough places producing it, the AI can suss out where to get what they need. Might need more silver, never know. At this point, overproduction is the answer. And at the very least, ooh, zinc. Can't go wrong with more zinc. There we go. At the very least, they'll be gaining training as time goes on. What about the R? R for marble. T for timber. Never know when you need more of that, whether it's good quality or not. Get that logging going. Used to be such a Whoa, I don't have a preset for logging. You sure? Why? Jinx, do I do that little logging? Log, 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 log. Sell, sell, sell. Put you there, and you there, and you, and you, and you. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and save. Yeah, Vancouver's the only place with the employment problems. Maybe I should go to Vancouver and try and get all of their raw goods. That'll actually employ a few people. Log camp. Wait, I don't have enough cash? That doesn't sound like me. God, that would be a scary thought, actually being out of money. How much were these things that I was putting down? More than I'd expected, perhaps? Ah, that's not that expensive. Slam it down and don't worry about it. You need some gypsum and sulfur. I thought I got both of those. Oh, I don't think I ever got the gypsum, did I? No, I did not. Right, gypsum is surely the G here. No, but what's gypsum then? Gravel, sulfur. There's gypsum, and gypsum is J, of course. This is actually some good quality gypsum. Plunk, and there we go. Alright, let's get some more gypsum. Thought there was some hanging around here, perhaps not. Gypsum, where are you hiding at? You'd think there'd be gypsum in every city. Ah, here we go. Over here's the J. That's troublesome though. This is going to be pollution for my my living area, which I'm not overly fond of, but I might just get on with it. Too bad, you live next to the gypsum mines, we all have problems. Let's make sure that we have that training going a-okay for everyone. Oh, 1,200 firms for high training. Okay, I would like to make some money for a change now. Being under $1 billion in liquid assets doesn't sit right with me. There are still 2 recessions and a depression. And Vancouver is one of the recessions, and it's almost certainly because of that high unemployment rate. Dare I employ people? Your bank is out of cash. I'm out of cash. Oh wait, whoa, how am I not out of cash? Where did I get that 21? Where the heck did I get that 21 billion from? It felt like it just came out of nowhere. Also, is my bank still out of money? Could have more. Where the heck did my money go? Or where did my money come from? Don't get me wrong, I love to have this money. And I certainly love to not be in debt. It's my favourite state of being. Be forgiven for thinking otherwise, given all the debt I'm in, but... Did a deposit from a merger happen? No, we're past merging anything. Probably timed deposits, Jake. Oh, yeah. Do we get a log on that? Isn't there like a history thing? Corporate details, perfect thing, history. Dale Gribble buys shares from Jiang Bao at incredible prices. Oh god, at this point I don't want my stock price going up. Doesn't really matter what it is, but investor relations, all gone. And my dividend. Where do I set dividend? Stop doing public. Well, nah, keep doing public relations. there. Set new dividend. Dividend payment 100%? What? No. No, no, no. No dividend. Why in the world was that looking... No, it wasn't 100, but still don't like it. Well, we've got a lot of bank deposits here. Some of them pretty high. So I guess we did inherit some of our foes' bank deposits, and I'll just take it. Although it is deposited in my own bank. That explains it then. That'll be why the bank ran out of cash. Oh well. Those bank deposits are worthless for you. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting paid by my own bank. Might as well just withdraw them all, right? Because the profits are just from my bank, to my bank, for my bank, and I love my bank. But this is a hell of a bank run. A real bank would be deeply concerned at somebody coming out saying, "Yeah, I'm going to withdraw all $7 billion I have in you right now." That's all right, right? I wonder what a bank would do in that case. Well, I mean, fold like a deck of cards, but what would they say to the person trying to take out that kind of money? The bank would say, "I'm out of cash, please give me some cash." Right. There you go. Have some more cash. Wait, why do I have global stocks again? Maybe I didn't sell my global stocks like I wanted to. Oh well, they're certainly getting sold now. I just hold down return and... oh, auto-clicker. Auto-clicker can help me. Bye-bye stocks. I don't like public stocks. Away you go. Oh, most of them are on the down, though. Good lord, how many global stocks did I take in? It's probably giving a mini seizure to people that are sitting too close to their own screens right now. But I'm not one for giving seizure warnings. People who are... I can imagine that seeming very belittling if you were somebody that had actual seizure concerns. Don't talk to me like you know what you're on about. Okay, now with all that stock money, I can pay off my debts. I can refresh this list, and then perfect market. Hey, look at Almanji. Almanji is making the bucks. Maybe not the big bucks, but they're as high as they've ever been. So let's just ditch that. Wow, nice gains. Made gains on boots in the past, didn't I? Alright, what's some really sad looking stock right now? Barlow World doesn't look very good. Again, I always like to buy... Oh, right, I'm not looking at all the stocks here. Sad stocks, sad stocks. Barlow World still doesn't look good, but I already bought in a ton of those. Come on, sad, sad, sad. Oh my, health management, incredibly sad. Must be an American company. Let's get some of that. Check lifetime, by the way. Uriya Sands looks a little unhappy. I think I'll buy 4% of them. Unless there's something even more unhappy. Nah, Courier Sands it is. There she goes. I still have Prom and Lose Lobby in my pocket. Prom themselves are getting pretty heavily into the market here. Are Prom a stock company? Sort it by AI strategy and show me the stock people. Christia and Moss Morris are into stock. Prom, it just says my subsidy. Stock focused. Alright, you know what? I think I'll buy you at 100%. And then you can do whatever stock stuff you want, and I will get every profit out of it. So go to local stock exchange, find Prom. And, oh, I don't own any of Prom? No, I do. Here it is. Rhombic again. Right, Rhombic. Wait, I cannot... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong people. Right, perfect market. Just buy it up. I believe in my own wee company here, so I just take it all. I mean, these prices are pitiful compared to some of the other horrible things I did. I'll pay up to about 100 per share, but I'm not willing to go much higher. Ah, screw it, let's just get it done. Debt or no debt, I want it all. Dr. Marsonge does not want to sell his stock to me. He's going to demand a ton of money. Oh, okay, an absolute ton of money. Huh, not really sure I'm willing to spend that much on your stock, especially when I can go financial actions for Prom, issue shares to parent company, issue as many as you can. I don't mind paying a premium, honestly. That's interesting. I can sell fewer of them with a higher premium. Share dilution of 10% versus share dilution of 8%. Why would I want to pay more? Screw it, give me all that. Dilute those shares. My ownership is 92%. And now it is 93%. Actually, that's not very good at all, is it? Could we also issue new shares and I'll just buy them? With a maximum profit, of course. And then in I come for Prom and buy up all those public shares. Oh, but I'm out of money now. Well, back I go to my own bank that ran out of money, and say, I need some more money, please. Like 4 billion will do. Cheeky little 4 billion between you, me, and the four walls. Can't do the merger, otherwise the company would cease to exist and we'd be replaced with another one. But I don't mind an AI company buying and selling stock, it's just I want every penny they make out of it. My question would be is if the other stock market actually ever decided to buy stock. Krista is doing a tiny, tiny bit of stock. And then where is the Gold SA with their one little R&D center is also in the stock game. So I guess I'll be playing with them, seeing who performs the best. Lou's Lobby is also stock focused and has not bought a single stock, so I don't understand what their game is. Is it possible to stop? Why do people keep bringing up bloody NFTs? Anyway, there's plenty of pumping and dumping that you can do here. Oh yeah, people kept cracking the NFT joke around in the Pass Part Out streams. Get some new material. Okay. How are we doing? What do I want to check about my company right now? There was something I came to check and I've already managed to forget about it. Oh well, whilst I'm busy thinking about that, let's pay back our loan. I probably wanted to check the cities and check migration. Maybe this is the year to date, because it was at 0 just now. Strangely enough, there's still more immigration than emigration going on. Quality of life tells me that social security and environment are the only reason people want to leave. Let's make sure that the governments are still being profitable. Oh, very profitable, especially Sydney. Right, that needs to change. I can't have them being too profitable. Let's bring that corporate tax rate down to a much more agreeable level. Especially for me, because, hold that thought. My poor insurance company needs a slight bailout from yours truly. Oh, and I just lost out. My own bank, I need some money, please. This will cut down on the money they make, but it'll also make my profit margins look a little bit better. And let's also... unemployment's a tricky one, or unemployment benefits. I don't mind them being high now because there's not much unemployment, is there? So I think I can bring it up to 20% across the board. Vancouver's struggling a bit on that because Vancouver actually has lots of unemployment. But 20% across the board seems agreeable. There, everything is really middling. Would be really nice to drop some other taxes, like get my people spending more and such. When a city's consumer tax rate is too high, consumer spending will decline. What if I drop consumer tax rate to encourage more spending? Negative fact on customer spending. Yeah, maybe I could get away with dropping taxes on the people more, so that way they'd be able to spend more money on my goods. Of course, I need to build up the shops and things for them. I don't mind my own taxes being at about 20%, but hopefully the government... well, I can check and see how the government runs after a few years and then adjust accordingly. Jake, controlling the politicians true? Oh yeah, that's a cornerstone of the strategy. Thanks to the politicians, I was able to destroy the city centre and create my own city, which is a bit of a hellscape. He loves to see it. These need to be not redesigned, but expanded quite soon. I just want to build up a bit more money. Oh, Ice Court of Kislev is a stock merge, because they're doing really badly. All other companies are doing really badly. I would expect nothing less. Oh yeah, I can't do much about your bloomin' headquarters here. Damn you, Rested Pandy is the ultimate evil here, because he's got plot armor. I can't destroy his company. The Ravens are private, yet they cannot be acquired. I don't know if they'll ever go public, and I don't like their profits, and their profits are growing. Not much I can do about that. They own the telecommunication, they already have a good market share, and it's pretty hard for me to fight them. Also, their pricing is absurd. I mean, I price much lower than them, but I'm not stealing their market share. This is weird. If I just destroy you... what happens to the market share? There should surely be people out there that suddenly need telecommunications. And I've got the capacity for them and you don't, so you'd think that the stuff would go up here. Right, you're still struggling on that hair color. Why? What goods are we missing out on here? Well, what I can do is actually flick through my factories and see anyone that are struggling, because I don't think I can see that from here, can I? No, I can see the 0% utilization factories, and that tells me who is not working at all. At least if it's 1%, they're getting stuff that they need, but if it's at just flat 0, then something is wrong. Plastic. I need a lot more plastic. Tell me about the plastic supplier. Also paper. I think there's a lot of raw materials like that I'm going to be struggling on, but that's easily dealt with if we can source the problem. The problem is your lack of timber. Okay, so I need a lot more... there's going to be a lot of this tracking down the sources of my problem stuff, but we will do exactly that. For example, I need more timber. So, natural resource, logging camp, fill it out like so, and then I can't copy paste that, but I can try to find more timber. Timber, here we go, and stamp that down. Any more timber for any more timber? Hard to locate. I think it's all taken now. Alright. Plastic was also an issue, surely. Oh, timber just found in Grimsby. There, as I find more, it's going to spawn more. And if I need it, I really need it. So, down it goes. Let's get off of this info. It's throwing me off here. Let's find that plastic again. Cribbins, where was the plastic done? We have ways of doing this. Products. Semi-product. From me. Is this going to be in order for me? Also, I'm in services, not semi-products. Plastic. And you're still struggling on oil. Plastic is made purely out of oil, and it's the oil shortage that's stopping me from getting more. So we need to locate more oil slicks and start drinking it up. Timber is found in Toulouse. Well, I might as well get on it. Heavens knows I'm going to be needing it. I wonder if there's a limit to how much of this stuff the game is going to spawn. Right. Oil. God, don't tell me there's no more oil to be had. I think there's oil over here. No, that is coal. Very different from oil. And yet very similar. There's my water well. It's kind of meeting demand. But yeah, the oil well is suffering. But hang on, you don't even have any customers, do you? Yeah, you're stocked up with barrels, but it's not actually going anywhere. I think I do need to centralize this stuff. Oh well, if I have to centralize, I have to centralize. Where's my oil stuff here? Or did I ever actually centralize my oil? Oh right, one thing I can do is these guys no longer sell to anybody, so they're kind of superfluous. Right. Let's go here, and it's already set up the way I want it to, isn't it? So we just go link with oil from all cities from me. Why is this giving me... Oh, I've got lots of different kinds of oil, don't I? Right. Freeze game, let's centralize. I think, yeah, I'm left with little choice but to centralize my goods here. Have them centralized like that, don't I? I wonder if that's the best way of doing it. Yeah, it probably is. These guys don't seem to be having any problem with their centralization. So if that works, I might as well centralize my other goods in the same way. So, let's use this design. Replace our layouts. Didn't think I'd be coming back to doing this, but needs must. And if oil is such a problem, then bring in well 4, well 3, well 6, well 7, well 1. Oh, that was 7 twice. Well 1 and well 8. They're all stressed, so I'm probably still going to need more than that. That's 6 oil wells and I still need more. Crazy. I can, I suppose, hope that there is other oil out there that I'm not exploiting, but I don't think that's the case. I might face it. Oh! A very high quality oil with my name on it. Yoink. Give me that, and then get me back to my centralized oil. And let's bring in that newest oil. It'll be that one because it has no demand right now. And then hopefully places that are struggling for oil will now get it from that warehouse. We'll see if my plastic thing has done that. What do I want here? Product details, plastic. You there. Your supplier is still the oil well. So why don't we link you forcibly to the oil warehouse. See how you service with that. And there's you as well. You're still in the oil well. Well, get from that warehouse. Timber discovered. Was that forest always there? Oh, Chengdu got itself some oil as well. Be jumping on it all. It's probably just going to keep spawning them, so that could be a problem for me. But I just want to take care of these shortages as they are, and plastic is such a massive deal for a lot of things. I want to make sure that they get all their oil. Oh my, even with all this oil coming in, you're struggling to meet demand. Wow. Oh, warehouse only is on again. There we go, bring in that oil well. And more oil in Chengdu. I don't have a problem with bringing in all the bleeding oil I can, so I see oil, I grab oil. Land cost of 7 billion. Okay, maybe there comes a point where I should stop grabbing all the oil. Maybe I should just see if these guys fill up their demand with it. That's actually looking quite good. As the oil places get more training, they'll be able to produce more. So supply is almost eclipsing demand. And that should take care of my plastic problems. Hey, look at that. Loads of plastic coming out, as it should. Purse owner just changed from real estate to stock. Purse owner must have realized that there is no real estate to be had. Where's purse owner? There they are. Purse owners own nothing. Their stock price is going blah. Can they even buy anything? Persona has 500 million on hand that it's led by the rat. I don't think they're going to do particularly well. I thought we were saying Persona. That's the joke. It's Purse Owner, but that's Persona, the game. Those plastic factorials have 2 oil purchase units. Don't you have to link both to the warehouse? No, they only source their good from one place. Right, paper is struggling because I haven't centralized my wood, have I? Of course not. So let's get on that. Here we go. Do a similar thing here. Use that design for all 3 levels. This sucks for the costs of bringing stuff over, but what's it called again? Timber? Timber 1, well, Timber 7, Timber 1, Timber 8, Timber 5, Timber 6, Timber 9, Timber 10. Wow, that's not going to be enough timber, is it? The timber yards I have right now can't fulfill it. We need to discover more timber. I should also make sure that our main man, Dale Gribble, prefers to get from factories. If at all possible, please grab the goods from the factories. Also, I have these factories that are full of goods, and that's no longer useful to me. So let's have them set to this layout and lose all those goods. It's a write-off, but that's okay. At this point, I don't mind writing off a warehouse full of cheese. Warehouses full of expensive goods like these, maybe I feel a bit more of a sting. But the big sting comes from 7 billion to buy a new oil well. I guess the government didn't want to pass a law saying that I couldn't do something. Instead, they decided to make it prohibitively expensive for me to do something. Unfortunately for the government, I own money. Speaking of owning money, how are we looking on the global stock exchange? Because I don't care about local anymore. I'm not buying and selling or pumping and dumping. Although it's a bit of a shame that Chrome is going to the moon like they are. I want 100% of them, really. Just give me there. I know you don't want to sell it, but sell it to me anyway. I'll make you a very rich man, Doctor. I just want to completely own Chrome. There we go. Now, as for you... Swiss life has finally turned around. Never thought we'd see the day. But maybe they can supermoon. They owe me a lot for that. Depth of bank. I love to see it. Right, depth of bank is going to make me rich. Barlow World will not make me rich. Checkpoint is doing okay. Checkpoint's doing better than okay. Let's make out like a bandit and try and find some other sad stocks. Nico you could take or leave. None of these look that sad, do they? Might just be an idea to... Whoa! Health management. They are not pumping up like I'd hoped they would. Apparently I've made money on it, but I'm not buying into that being a good result. Let's buy more of health management. And you're not looking so hot, so I'll buy 1.5 in you. There we go. I need more timber. Where can I source more timber? They gotta source that timber somewhere, right? It's very hard to find this stuff, especially with the minimap being as cluttered as it is. Maybe it just doesn't want... Oh, no, there was another timber yard next to here. Alright, natural resources, logging camp. I didn't even look at how much that cost, but it was probably a scary amount. And let's make sure that everybody is mega trained for this. And that is logging camp 11, which of course we will centralize. Good, the oil is keeping up with demand, just barely, but it is keeping up. Did I not centralize my wood? I swore I did. Also, I needed to switch you out. Forgive me if I'm incorrect here, but I strongly recall centralizing my wood. Oh, there's my wood. Funny that. Still, I wanted to grab number 11. This is a lot of capitalism, says Dr. Jeffy. Well, it's a good framework for what I want to do. Hang on, hang on. How did the Dali State Company get this? Was there a little chink in my armor here? I think they found a little tiny gap in my armor, and they set up a publishing house. Well, that's all on me for leaving those little holes. Another TBW. Well, it's another BR. Timber discovered in Chengdu. It appears I should be getting on it. Ooh, it's next to my timber here as well. And the cost for it is $4 billion. I'm not in debt, am I? Of course not. It's okay, I don't mind putting down lots of these. Also, I'm in the wrong mode here. Whoops, no. Oh, it's V for history. Oh, that's a good way to check where things pop up. So there was oil in Chengdu, for example. Oil is over here. You know, I'm going to want that anyway, despite the high costs. And it's certainly high cost. Get that over there, and get this timber over here. Amazing that I can even afford this stuff. And then make sure that those are centralized. That's oil well 12. And timber camp 12. Always the highest numbers. Back to Vancouver. I think these are the things that are costing me so much money here in the late game. We're more than eclipsing the demand right now, but I want to keep it that way, don't I? Oil, not water, that well-known oil type. Chengdu's latest, please, and timber 12. There we go. Still curious what happens at factory 1000. What do you think will happen? It should just print 1000, right? We might not need a 1000th factory the way things are going. Little unhappy with Vancouver's unemployment, but putting down a lot of shops should solve that. It's been a while. I want to see how my e-commerce is doing. E-commerce has massive reach. Oh dear lord, we practically doubled the amount of goods we're selling. God, look at it go. 33 billion made for me in the past year. We're almost at the 100 billion mark. He loves to see it. But we would do better if we were selling our goods through retail as well, I think. Started with Factory 001. I'm afraid it saves a field that only has 3 digits, which could mean Factory 1000 crashes the game or leads to a bug of some sort. Possibly. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. Right. Weren't we planning on finding out if retail and e-commerce work out some way? Yeah, I think we were. I want to find... What was it we said we were going to do? We were going to disable e-commerce on somebody and see if it affects it. Okay, take Vancouver, for example. Vancouver does about 1/4 of their bolognese through retail and half of it through e-commerce. So we are going to go to the source of the bolognese and disable e-commerce. And then we're going to watch and see what happens here. E-commerce sales should diminish here. What? Okay, it's gone. And retail has grown. And I suspect if we turn on e-commerce, we are going to see retail fall as e-commerce grows. So e-commerce is a competitor to retail. Right. But what does that say for overall market share of bolognese? It still shows really low here. This does not reflect the e-commerce. I wonder if that's going to be a problem for tracking dominance. Don't know about that. God, we're well on our way to the 100 billion. It feels good. Still though, e-commerce isn't enough. I wish there was just a line I could see of all e-commerce market share here. Could have sworn there was somewhere. Could have sworn. But there's not e-commerce here at all, is there? I really thought there was something that would show e-commerce here. I mean, sure, it's under product details if we go there. Actually, there we go. Market share all cities 100%. But of course, I will have 100% market share thanks to being the only person selling and producing everything. Penalty, yeah, everyone gets these big old raises. We're going off the charts here with all the firms we've got. That's cute. But we can see how little our competitors have. Just trying to think of a way to get a quick rundown on the e-commerce side of things. Percentages would be nice. There we go. My wealth actually stands at $1.3 trillion. Good. That's where it freaking should be. But we have other billionaires around here. Jang Bao, Rombic, Shadow, Pepsi Man, Oppo, Resty, and Dale Gribble are all billionaires inside our world here. I'm also the most influential person in the world. We also have local influentials. Fat Miner. Fat Miner is more influential than Confucius and Michelangelo, and perhaps more fittingly, Genghis Khan. And Maximilian there. Gunnar Urangu McBain. Frank West. How are they calculating this? Let's see. Oh, of course, political dominance. Yeah, of course, of course. Because... there we go, Fat Miner as the mayor of Vancouver is a very political individual. That is so cute. How is Shadow not the richest man alive? Because I exist. Well, actually, $111 billion, pretty much all made from holding on to stock that I want. It's not too shabby. Love seeing Pepsi Man on the list, though. It's good. It's good that the game has these things. I like it a lot. Still wish I knew more about... oh, nice. Right, so gold operating system might exist, but nobody's ever going to make for it. Only the perfect operating system, which should finally have complete market share. I can check that now, can't I? Product details, operating system... Maybe it doesn't want to show here under these. That makes even less sense. Software, computer operating system. How can this be? Oh, well, I suppose that's just not everybody buying it. Or, oh, look at that. E-commerce plus production and retail would be more than 100% of a pie chart. Maybe there's rounding there. Yeah, they're both kind of shaking together, aren't they? Yeah, I reckon it's just a rounding issue. Still, I really want to get a better overview of e-commerce stuff. Selling everything on e-commerce is a lovely, lazy way to go about things. But in the end, I think you need retail. Retail is just like 3 times better. Also, you can sell for higher prices. You don't have to pay for freight on e-commerce, though. The consumer pays that. Good lord, though. Most people buy water online. Well, my main problem is e-commerce does not give me a good rundown on how things perform here. Buying all of your bottled water online is just madness to me. Only one operating system makes it really easy for hackers, but it's the perfect operating system. It's not going to be easy for the hackers. Right, how are the governments doing? My god, Vancouver has 100 billion in the bank in government. Toulouse is making a bit of a loss, and I'm trying to figure out why. Maybe that's just some old losses that they had. Maybe they had to pay off some bonds or something. They're the only one with bonds, actually. They'll be fine. Yeah, they'll be well fine. I don't recall putting out that bond for Toulouse, though. It's only a 5-year bond, but well, that's weird. Anyway, the governments are doing fine, I'm doing better than fine, and we're very close to making 100 billion annually. I should be checking for other shortages, though. I wish it was a bit easier to check on shortages. But I just kind of have to look for things that are not meeting demand, and then source why exactly not. Soccer balls are struggling, because looks like you barely get enough access to leather, which tells me my leather is stressed. So since we probably need a lot of leather where we're going, let's just go and stamp down those leather things. Oh Christ, which is which here? There's leather. Leather, leather, leather. No half measures. Right, what else is struggling, if anything? Chemical minerals. Probably not centralized, so let's sort on that. Vancouver. I want... Yeah, we don't have it, so we gotta centralize our raw resources. Oh wow, look at wood, just barely able to keep up with demand. I must have linked up my latest wood, right? Yeah. As the training gets higher, they'll produce more. So eventually I should have plenty, like I have the gold here. But that's eventually... Oh god, that's struggling, isn't it? Anyway, problem for later. For now, I need to centralize my chemicals. It feels really good to be able to do this without other companies on my back. So, where are those chemical... Oh wow, I only have 2 of them. Well then, that's all the more reason to be getting more. What is chemical minerals? It's M. So, let's just go natural, firm, mine, clunk, and clunk, and clunk. Keep your eyes peeled for more M's on the minimap. Jake's gone full De Beers, bought all the diamonds in the world. The demand for diamonds is minuscule, because I think it's only really used for diamond rings. Which makes it really weird that there are so many diamonds around. They're hideously expensive as well. And it's not that profitable. I think that's an M over there. Yeah, more minerals. Minerals with my name on it. Mine it out. I do not care about the quality of raw resources anymore. They all get mushed together and out comes a standardized level of them. Was there some here? No, that's aluminium. More chemical minerals, more for me. Sadly, I don't think that the AI has to pay the increased prices for raw materials like I do. Cheating buggers. Oh, that's some good. That was some good diamond over there. Here we go, more chemical minerals. And that should surely be enough chemicals for one man. Here you are. So bring him in. I think I need to unpause a bit to get some going. Is this game as complex as it seems at first glance? Asked Big Clown. Once you get the basics, it's not that tough. It kind of seems like the chemical minerals aren't coming here at all because we have so few of them. Well, let's bring them in. I think we already did 1 and 4. Wait, I've got 2 of them that are 4? I think that's like mine 40 something, isn't it? Yeah, that's 40 straight up. We'll just work our way down the list. Bring in you. Bring in you. And you. And the 50 something. And the second 50 something. Now whether or not that'll eventually catch up with demand, I don't know, but there are chemical minerals in Grimsby and I'd rather overproduce than anything else. How does it work in general? Oh my goodness, where to even begin with that? Make goods and sell goods to make money. Use that money to make other goods to sell to other people to make even more money. Use that money to diversify your business by getting into real estate or stocks or banking or insurance or any of the other numerous things that you can be getting into in order to make loads of money, in order to buy shares in your competitors, to either short stock them, buy them out, control them, whatever you want, and then use all of that money to get into politics, to do city building or hellscape building in order to squeeze more money out of people. The whole name of the game is just being an awful, awful individual to get all the money you want. What is the point of all that money? Well, you kind of come up with the answer for that one. Right, more chemical minerals. How are we looking at the chems here? It's still not keeping up. I need a whole lot of chemical minerals then. New one... Well, they haven't found a new one yet, but I'll still be on the hunt for more of them. This is the late game for me, though. I have so much money that I'm just going around with absolute power, grabbing what I need to pump out ridiculous factorial levels of goods. Just being a capitalist. Yeah, that puts it in fewer words. Margarine, huh? Yeah, oh my goodness. Actually, e-commerce looks to be pretty good for this. I'm surprised that the brand is so high. Why is it so high? Are you doing advertising here? Are you not spending on advertising? That wasn't in all cities though, was it? Still though, just selling my margarine online, it's making good money. Maybe you don't really need shops. I didn't want to think about it like that, because shops make better everything, but maybe, just maybe, e-commerce, my goodness, everybody in Vancouver, every single person living in Vancouver drinks my tonic water, and they buy it online. Oh, we had a non-tonic drinker pop up. Unacceptable. Getting 100% on market share for anything, well, not relative market share, but 100% of people buying it is absurd. Maybe that's not what it really is. Maybe it's... No, I think that is it. I think that is literally everybody buying my tonic water. Didn't think it would be such a popular thing to buy online. Well, that's the whole reason that we are the people making $100 billion annually. I love to see it. It's not enough though. We aren't done here. There is more to do. Even though I think I am dominant in absolutely everything. Oh, we got a newcomer. The Win Lobby joins the competition. Didn't the Win Lobby already exist? Didn't I already destroy you? Apparently you're into everything. I don't think you're going to really get into anything. Sure, this is a lot of money, but I don't want to half measure here. I will... Well, I'm definitely wrapping up here for today. 100 mil is a great point to stop at. Next up, I am going to expand the hellscape so that cities are nothing but these horrible places for people to live and serve me in. And the more challenging aspect is that I'm going to be setting up shops in such a way that I sell every good to these people. I might even set up a separate hellscape in another corner of the town just to make it more dense. No, maybe I'll just do Vancouver last. A good example, I suppose, is Toulouse. I think this is my favorite hellscape. Yeah, so I got the big 3x3 places in the center, and that's mostly for supermarkets because there are a Brazilian different things to sell in supermarkets. The 2x2s down the side are for my banks and for my 2x2 shops, and I will just have it so that we can come down, and then once we've got everything sold, we just repeat the pattern all the way down. I'll need a lot of banks for that though, because I see numbers like this and I think, wow, people really need to... Oh god, this one bank brings in $2.4 billion. Well, I'm legitimately salivating here. Anyway, the next goal is basically clean up. We have the enemies dominated, nobody stands up to us, but now we want to truly dominate every aspect of people's lives. Where they live, where they work, what they buy, how much of that they buy, and how much they pay me for it. That'll be the next part of it. I think we have we've got a reasonable chance of getting this finished next week. Depends how much time I'm able to pour into this and how well we design our shops and stuff. But yeah, just see this going down from edge of the map to other edge of the map and then repeating and repeating. A slight concern might be unemployment, but maybe, just maybe, I can have enough money flowing, or, oh, maybe we just have people not care about unemployment enough that they still keep coming in because I can do other stuff for them. Things to suss out, but that'll be in the next session. Let's save up. Let's, let's go. Perfect, 031. and I will be back on Wednesday. But before we go today, I'm under the impression that a good buddy of mine is doing his so-called bagel-thon. Let me actually just check if he's live. Looks like he is. Old Man Lucky and I have been playing games together for a very long time, and if he's live with his bagel-thon, then we'll do a rare case of actually raiding into him. So enjoy that, and see you on the flip side.